Hey guys, if you haven't watched the polyrhythm practice video, that actually might be a good place to go first before we get into the Scriabin. But I do want to give you a short little video on what I'm expecting and where the cuts are. So go ahead and grab your score. You do not have to do the entire piece. You're actually only doing a little bit of it. There are two selections from the score that I'm going to have you do. So the first one, I'll show you the whole page so you know where it is. You're going to start the pickup to bar 12. And then you'll finish up measure 17. So you can see that selection is entirely duple on the top, triple on the bottom. So that's selection number one. Selection number two, perhaps unsurprisingly, you just do the opposite. So you're going to start the pickup to the accelerando bar and you'll finish right before the marked presto. This one is triple on top and it starts out in unison actually, and then you've got triple on top, duple on the bottom. So let's talk about requirements for this one. So for a check, you are going to perform both of those selections in whatever modality you choose. So by that, I mean the polyrhythm practice video, we did a little bit of work speaking and tapping, and then we also did a little bit of work with two hands. So for a check, you can perform it either way, both selections that way. Everyone's gonna have a favorite way, right? So for a check, perform both selections that way at any tempo, 48 BPMs and up. So it just has to be at a steady tempo. And I do ask in the details of the content folder, sorry, that you keep a metronome on, like audibly, so I can hear it during your video, so that we are all on the same page with, you know, a steady pulse. For plus, you're going to do one selection one way. So let's say I'm trash at triples in my left hand. So I would probably decide to speak the top line and clap the bottom line for the first excerpt. And then the second excerpt, I would likely do with two hands, right hand on the top, left hand on the bottom. So you can do, you can switch it if you want, but you have to do one way and one the other way for a plus. And there is a minimum tempo. I think it's 76, but I can't remember. But it is on the content folder, and I'll have it in the description of the video. So practice strategies, honestly, they're really all in the polyrhythm practice video. This is literally the exact same thing. The big thing, I think, with the first excerpt is that you start off the beat. So if you want to give yourself maybe like a bar and a half of just the triplets before you come in, that's totally cool. So maybe a good way to get used to coming in on the upbeat with your top line is just give yourself a nice 2 against 2 and then start kind of weeding out every other eighth note. So I'm going to clap myself some triplets and start feeding my eighth notes in. Ta, 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 ta. And then you can maybe start accenting the second one. So accenting the offbeat. Ta, 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 ta. And as you get used to that, start kind of weaning yourself off of the first eighth note until eventually you get to the point where you can just come straight in. Ta, 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 on the upbeat eighth note. That's your first excerpt. Let's talk about the very end of it. Sorry, I'm going to flip this. Somehow I flipped it upside down while I was on my lap, and now I'm reading it upside down. So let's talk about the very end of it. Is actually the only part that changes, and it's the very last beat. So you'll notice that your right hand eighth notes are actually they're actually triplet eighths. And then your left hand is still in triplets. So they actually are back phased together now. So you have no polyrhythm in that last beat. So let's go, I'm just going to take that system. So that those 3 beats. Ready, and ta, 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 ta. So you've got eighth, 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 triplet. Yeah? Ta, 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 ta. Easy peasy. All right, your second selection. Again, you start out in unison. You've got 2.5 measures where everyone's in triple, and then your bottom line breaks off into duple. And then you've got a quarter note at the end. So you're pretty much set. Honestly, if you do the polyrhythm drills in the other video and you're comfortable with those, this excerpt is going to be a breeze. You're not doing any of the stuff where there are rests or trading or anything like that. This is just like straight up, can you do 2 on top of 3 and then switch and do 3 on top of 2. That's all it is. So I will have all the details in the comment section of the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, everything is in the description of the content folder. So good luck. Have fun. I love polyrhythm stuff. It's cool. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you guys soon.